Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Hey, listen, I want to give a big shout out to Eric Passmore with Turnamix. Eric has graciously allowed me to use his tracks, and guys, you can use them just as well. If you want to practice your mixing skills, this is the place to do it. And Eric is going to give you 3 of his professionally recorded songs and the tracks to go with those songs. If you come up here and you simply just say free multi-tracks. And once you do this, just put in your name and your email address, hit subscribe, and then you're going to get an email with the links to download these. So when we start this series of videos with the Wing FX and the plugins, this is where I'm going to be getting my audio from. Okay? So it's real easy to do, and you're going to absolutely love the quality, not only of his music, but of his website as well. Okay? And again, it's right up here. You can find out anything you need to know. Just come up to turnamix.com. Okay? Now let's go ahead and jump down into Reaper. I want to show you something real fast, and then we'll get over into Wing Edit. And here we go. Now, guys, I don't know anything about Macs. I've made it very clear I don't know anything about Macs. I don't want to know anything about Macs. It's just the way that it is. Okay? So I'm going to stop this right here. I'm going to come over here to the ASIO file. That's what we use for Windows. As you can see, I've got my Wing USB ASIO driver here. 1 through 48 inputs, 1 through 48 outputs, and I say OK. Now, if you want to know how to get there, it's up here under View. You can look at your routing matrix. This is what it is. You see this right here? Those are my inputs. And then if we go over here, right here, these are my outputs. Always skip the first one on your outputs. That's for your master output. You see right there? Okay, and we are going to use that. We're just going to use it in a different way. Normally, here, you would not see this. I'm going to simply delete this. This is what it would look like by default. So when you hit play, this is what you get. Even though it's coming through the master, every one of these outputs is coming back into the Wing Edit. Now, this works the same way for the X and M32 mixers as well. So what I'm going to do is, since we've got 13 tracks, I'm going to come over here and click it, and I'm going to add a new output. And we're going to call this one 14 and 15. And then I'm just simply, if you look at it here, it's 2 channels. And it's output 14 and 15. I'm going to say OK. So now when we hit play, now all of these tracks here, 1 through 13, are coming through that master as well. And that's going to show up on Wing Edit. So let's go ahead and jump over into Wing Edit. And there we go. Okay. Now I've got this snap loaded right here, Thoughts of View. We're simply going to hit home. It doesn't matter where you go, guys, on the mixer view. This is simply for setting up our buses. Okay, and we're going to do this over here on the right-hand side. This is what they represent. The M1 through M4 is our mains. MX1 through MX8 are our matrices. These matrices can be used as buses for in-ear or wedge monitors just as simply as the B1 through B16 can be. Now, if we come down to buses, we're going to start this process just like we always do. We're going to start naming our buses. Now, with a Windows machine, you can actually right mouse click it here, and I'm simply going to say stage left. I'm going to give it a color. This is going to be a wedge, so I'm going to give it just a little wedge symbol, and I'm pretty well done. Now, on B2, we're going to call this stage right. We can give it the same color. We can actually just change up the icon a little bit here. But, guys, it's however you want to lay it out. Okay, and now this one, we're going to be an in-ear monitor. In-ear monitor, stereo, drummer. Or we can just say drum. Come down here. Where are we at? To this little icon right here. And we're going to name this one yellow and hit close. Okay, so now we've got our buses named. If you notice over here on the right, they're named over here. Stage left, stage right, and then in-ear monitor for the drummer. And I don't want to confuse you, okay? And I'm showing you 2 different ways of doing this. But with the X and M32 mixers, you would simply click on the mix bus over here. Or let's go up here, for example. Click on the channels. As you can see, the blue outline here, your sends on fader. Okay? You would have to turn these on and then bring it up. You don't do it that way in the wing. You can, but that's not the way it's designed. Or it's not the quickest or most efficient way. Let me say that. So here, if we go, I'm going to double click on this stage left. As you can see up here at the top, B1, stage left. So here, if you wanted to name it, you can do the same thing. This is just a different way of getting there to name your buses. Okay? What we want is this right here. It doesn't matter whether you click the channel, the aux, or the bus. It's going to open up the same panel. So we can select all our inputs if we wanted to, and then go back and start taking these out. I'm holding the left mouse button down, and I'm simply just moving across. So it's taking these off just like that. And I just wanted to show you this because it's a very fast way of setting it up. Stage left, we're going to take the first 5 inputs. We're going to make them pre-fader. This is our tap point. See, the set send mode. The ignore channel mute, we're going to set it to off. If we mute the channel, we want to mute this going into this monitor as well. Now, how do we want it to set up our panning? Do we want to set it to center? Do we want to bring a stereo and make it mono? Do we want to set it to the channel pan? Or do we want to link the pan to the channel pan? I'm just going to say link the pan to the channel pan. Right now, all these inputs are running mono anyway. Now, here, the send enable, I'm going to set the on. That means now it's going to work. That's all that means. This is a big master on and off switch. Now the send level. This, man, I love this feature. If you remember all my other videos, we talk about people would send these to their mix bus, but they wouldn't raise the level up. Well, this does it for you automatically. So we have 3 options. We can set it to infinity, which does us no good. We can set it to a -10, or we can set it to unity. Remember, once we set these to unity, that's what I've always said, then we go in and start manipulating how we, what's the loudest we want to hear. Normally, if you're, as Bill always says, Bill Hubbard, give more me to you. If you're a singer, put your voice in there the most. Then bring up the other stuff around you. If you're a drummer, put in your kit first. Then bring up the other stuff around you. So we're going to set this to unity. We're going to hit apply. Look up here. You see right up here where it says channel? See how those 5 are already in? Now all we got to do is come here and bring this up to unity and look at that. We've got this already in our bus. How do we do that? We come over here and look at stage left. Let's go look over here. You see? Every one of these are brought up to unity automatically. That's a pretty cool thing. Okay? So now let's go ahead and do it again. We're going to go stage right. I'm going to click here. I'm just going to go 6, 7, 8. See the tap point? See where it's red? Okay? Tap pre. Set the off. Link the channel. Set the on. Set the unity. Apply. Bring up the master bus fader. Okay? Now, we do the in-ear monitor. They want everything. Again, just select all channels. Pre. Set the off. Link. On. USB, apply. Bring it up, and now we got this. We got every single input except buses. We don't have the buses in there, but we've got our 48 inputs going in there. So let's go up here and let's deal with the in-ear monitor here. And let's say, well, you know what? We got all this, but we really don't need these in as well, the Reaper left and Reaper right. So we just turn these off. We can leave them up here. We can leave these alone, but right now we're just going to turn these off. That's it, guys. We're done. We've just set up these mix buses right here for 2 wedges for the stage and 1 in-ear monitor. Well, how do we do the matrix? We do the matrix the same way. Okay, let's come down here where it says main and matrix. Let's come to matrix 1, right mouse click it, and let's say pastor. Let's say for whatever reason the pastor wants a set of headphones to where he can just put on anytime he wants. Okay? Same thing. We just do this. We're going to bring this up to Unity right here. We're going to click up here. We're going to select all the channels. And this time, and again, if I wanted to select the buses, with the wing, you can actually send a bus to a bus or a bus to a matrix. In the X and M32 series, remember, its channels get sent to buses and buses get sent to matrix. Here, we can actually just send the main if we wanted to, instead of all of these channels. We can do whatever we want to, but we're just going to go with this as first, okay? Now, we're going to put this post fader, okay? Again, we're going to go off here, on, and set the Unity and apply. Right there it is. There's our music coming through automatically. See the color up here? It's green. Okay? What is that green signifying? It's signifying that it's post fader. If we come to our buses and we look at this, you see how it's red, red, red. Come up to our matrix. Right there it is, Pastor. Let's look at our meters. And you'll see the same thing here. See the matrix? See, we don't have the main raised up right here. That's why we don't see anything coming out of the main. If I raise this up, it's coming out of the main. There's our 3 buses. There's our inputs. And there is our matrix number 1. If we come down to matrix number 1, and we go boom, it's gone. Okay? If we mute it, it's gone. If we come to our buses and we mute these 3 buses, they're gone. That's how these mutes work on this. Okay? So now that we have our buses set up, let's go to our routing. Real easy to do, guys. I know it sounds complicated, but it's not. Okay? So we're going to get off of this channel input, this main and alt. That's these 2 faders right here. We're going to go to outputs. Here is our output group. Well, there is our local outputs. That's what that is. We don't need this over here to the right-hand side. We don't need this if we're going to use our locals. Okay? There's bus 1 left, bus 2 left, bus 3 left. If I click this right here and I say, no, remember, these are mono. So what happens when we get to bus number 3? Remember, we want that in stereo. So there is our bus 3 left, and now we come over for number 4, and we click bus 4, or bus 3 right. So we have 2 mono sends, and there's our stereo send. There's our 3 and 4. So now, here's our main left and right, okay? But you say, wait a minute, Dana, I'm using a stage box. I'm using a SD8 or a S16, S32. Doesn't matter. What do you want to use? If it's on AES50A port, you're going to click this. And you're going to go, man, there ain't nothing there. And I know. It freaked me out when I first tried it. You got to click on something, okay? Here we are. We're back to our buses. You see, these are all the groups that we can choose from to connect to our output group up here, which is AES50A, because that's what we have our stage box connect to. So we're going to click number 1, and there's our stage left. We come over here, and you can use the auto one here. Myself, I take my time. I go through it. And then here is our, look, now be careful. See, 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, and it's here when we get to our stereo outputs that we have our 3 and our 4. Now check this out, okay? We're going to go to 7. I'm not trying to confuse you. We're going to go to our mains. There's our main left and right on our stage box, okay? But wait a minute, Dana, we got that matrix mix we want to throw in there. Well, that's right. So we're going to come to number 5. And we're going to come down, and now look what we're going to pull from our matrix right there. Well, there's our pastor. There's 5, and there's 6. So there we go. All of this is now being sent over AES50A to our stage box. And we've got it lined up, just like we did right over here with the buses and with the matrix. Right here. Okay? If it sounds confusing, guys, just go back and watch it again. It's easy. Believe it or not, it gets easier the more that you do it. Grab some audio, run it through, go up, bring it. Look at my inputs. We were talking about Turnamix. local up here, local out. No, we don't want to go out. We want to go routing. We want to go inputs. See all this, guys? This is all from Reaper. It's all USB. That's my USB source. Okay? And once you learn how to set all this up, it makes it so much easier to learn how to use this. Guys, I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, please let us know. Take care. God bless. And we are out of here.